So, the last time I took a look at the Microsoft Lumia 950, it was pretty cool to take a look at the best of Windows Phone, but unfortunately the app support is just not there, nothing works. So here's an idea, instead of running Windows Mobile, why don't we just run the full fat ARM64 version of Windows on this thing? And to install it, hopefully all we have to do is follow the instructions of this GitHub page, but if you've watched my videos on this topic before, you know it doesn't really tend to end well. So first things first, we need a Lumia 950 with an unlocked bootloader. Now, it's telling me to download Windows Phone internals, but the GitHub release they have out right now, it just doesn't work in my experience, so I have this custom one I compiled from a beta build. If you want to download it, the link is in the description, but just remember to set your clock back a year, because otherwise you just run into a time bomb. And there you go, now it wants to work. Okay, so let's head to unlock bootloader, switch the phone to flash mode. Seems correct. After that, we grab the recovery and the emergency files from lumiadb.com and unlock. Now we just need to manually reset the phone by holding volume down and power. It's looking good, but it's kind of stuck now. Did it work? Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, perfect. What's next? We need a Windows 10 ARM64 image that ends in .wim, but I want to do Windows 11. Can we, like, get a similar one, or what's up? Oh, damn it. I really should just stop complaining and recompile the app myself, but I can't figure out how to remove the time bomb. Anyways, the second guide tells us to go to uupdump. What? This server could not prove that it's UUP dump because the cert is from .com. Okay, yeah, nuh-uh. I don't trust that website one bit, so I'm reading the instructions myself here, and it seems like all we need is an ISO and just to extract the .wim that's inside of the ISO, so you know what, I got a website. Now you might be asking me, why not just use Windows 10? It's less of an overhead. Well, Windows 10 doesn't really have support for emulating x86 64 apps, which I really want to get into on this phone, so it sucks to suck. Alright, so now that we have the file, let's mount it to the system. And I'm hoping at least somewhere inside here there's the install.wim file. Alright, so let's organize by file type, and we should scroll all the way to the bottom to see the W. Yeah, here we go, boot.wim and install.wim. Okay, so now that we got that, let's head back to the main GitHub page and install the file we need. Last updated 2020. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. Oh, and speaking of that old laptop I destroyed, this thing is like, I don't know, it's like 10% of the power with an i5 5th gen, but it's so much quieter, it's insane. I love this Dell laptop. Warning, please, before using this tool, create a full backup of your phone. Oh, you know what, the last time I tried to install Windows on a Windows phone, I had no idea there was like special partitions like DPP I couldn't restore, so you know what? Let me take a sec off camera and actually follow the advice. Normally I would just trust myself and throw caution to the wind, but the Lumia 950s that are on AT&T, apparently they're like provisioned for VoLTE, which not a lot of these were, so I want to keep this thing safe. And plus, cause I got a line on AT&T, I was actually able to unlock the device, so it might be something rare. 23 minutes, alright, I'll see you in a bit. And 25 minutes later the backup is done, so let's get back to what we were doing. Okay, so let's find the WIM file. What? Could not read the metadata. It's a valid WIM file. It says .wim at the end. This might be because we have the ISO mounted, so let's just copy the files and paste it inside downloads. Alright, here we go with the issues. So I was looking on the web why this wasn't working, and turns out I need the install.esd file, even though it's been telling me WIM the entire time. Alright, so ABCD, and then we should see the E file. .gif? .hiv? Okay, yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. I mean, the file we do have, the size would be what an ESD file would be, so why don't we just rename the file extension? Oh, okay. Alright, I'm guessing I need to source a new file, so where does this link take me? Oh, the same exact page. Alright, you know what, just for kicks, why don't we try that website? Oh, it actually works now? Whoa, hold on, what's up with the certificate here? Issued by WE1 Google Trust Services. That checks out, but what was the thing with like the internship earlier? You know what, I'm just gonna chalk it up to being Windows Phone internal's fault, because it's always its fault. One important thing that I actually missed when I was installing that ISO originally is that we need to get a Windows 11 version before 25188, because versions newer than that need instruction sets from ARM v8.1, and this is only ARM v8. So let's try to find builds under 22621. And despite this version being from 2022, the last update for this was from October of 2025, which, not bad. Alright, so let's download and convert to ISO, create download package, extract the folder it gave us, and then we run this command, which, it's probably not the best security, but I'm desperate. Security warning, run only scripts that you I'm smart. And nearly 4 hours later, finally that tool finished making the ISO. I'm not kidding you, I had to take a look at Task Manager to make sure it was still working. If this ends up not working, I think I'm gonna lose it. Alright, fingers crossed. Browse, install.wim, saying that is it the file path that's giving us the issue? Because it says X sources, so maybe we gotta like change the disk path to X. Change, and we'll assign it the letter X. Come on, please work. After that, I was just running in circles trying to get it working, so I did some research on GitHub, and this guy right here, he is a lifesaver. Roadrunner Lee, he made a command that'll fix it for us. Let's change the command from saying F to X, copy it, and paste it. Alright, then we paste this in here, hit enter. What? Error 3? Oh, I can't find the path. Alright, that's an easy fix. Yeah, it seems like we're just missing the temp folder inside of our C drive, so let's make that really quick and try it again. Paste. Alright, here we go. Super easy to use, no hassle. Take a look at this and say that again with a straight face. And the operation completed successfully, but did it though? Alright, one more time. Browse, inside the C drive, head to temp, install.wim, and oh wow, it actually works! Okay, I guess that's enough derailment, but wait, where did the Windows phone go? Oh, you know what, yeah, it must have got disconnected when I moved the laptop. And now we can finally deploy it. I mean, the phone's already in mass storage mode. That's what this program wants, right? Did it just crash, or is it loading? Oh, okay, thank you. Lumia Drivers BSP, released February 2025. Okay, so these are actually recently updated. And even though this program is made to work with Windows 10, we do have support for Windows 11 build 22621 or 22H2, and that's what we're installing, so should be fine, right? 32-bit GPU acceleration is now available. DirectX 11? Can we game on this thing? Software defects. We got, oh, no voice over LTE. That's kind of a big one for daily driving this, but okay. And aside from that, yeah, not much else. Alright, let's charge this thing up and then flash it. And now we just wait for the program to finish downloading all the resources, install the drivers, and flash Windows to this thing. Man, there's a lot of waiting when it comes to this project. I've spent like, what, 6 hours? Developer menu has been installed. In order to get faster deployments, you might want to switch to mass storage mode using developer menu. Oh, so it's like one of those Android recovery menus, and it just lets us do what Windows Phone internals can do, you know, without the breaking all the time. And after letting it sit overnight, it seems like the installation actually finished without any issues. I hope. Reboot the phone by pressing power and holding it until it vibrates. Alright, now we just wait for Windows 11 to set itself up, and we should be able to use the phone. Uh-oh, here we go. Windows can't verify the publisher for this driver software. Yeah, install it anyways. Okay, that's pretty funny. It seems like it's just gonna pop up for every single driver this thing's gotta load, so I just gotta sit here and keep tapping install anyways. Like 10 taps later, we now have a just a moment screen. Is it doing anything? Okay, the noise played. Alright, hopefully it's just loading the driver and it's taking a sec, right? Ooh, okay, here we go. Alright, so it seems like the interface is a tiny bit slow, like I'm noticing a tiny bit of touch delay, but hey, Windows 11 is working, we have touch support, it's not all bad. Is this the right keyboard layout or input method? I'm not sure what keyboard you're talking about, but sure. The Wi-Fi drivers work, right? Oh, okay, here we go. And it seems to detect cellular too, so you know what, when we're done with setup, I'm actually gonna pop my SIM card into this thing and see how far we can get with that. Alright, the touch keyboard it's a bit smaller than I would have liked, but it's not that bad. What if we pop it out? Oh, okay, actually, yeah, this is much better. Alright, issue number 530, I can't skip setup because the internet connection just isn't working. So you know what, let me plug this into a USB-C dock that has Ethernet. Okay, that seemed to do the trick. So after all of that trial and error, finally we can get to Windows 11 and using it. Alright, so one of the first things I want to do inside of here is optimize this, because having transparency and animations, it's going to make this phone slow down to a crawl. Yeah, transparency off. Let's turn animation off. I'm hoping that at least helps us a tiny bit when trying to use this thing. We should have an app on here that lets us customize more things. Oh yeah, here we go, Lumia settings. So inside here, wait a second, 1 gig free out of 17 gigs? Didn't the Lumia come with 32 or 64? You know what, hold up a sec. Yeah, it comes with 32 gigs of flash, so you know what? Oh, that program, it actually mentioned dual booting, so you know what? Let me take another 2 hours to wipe this and install Windows 11 only, just so we can get better performance. Yeah, see, here's the problem here, keep Windows 10 mobile. I mean, it's pretty to look at, but you can't do anything on there. So another 5 hours later, now we have free space, and honestly, it doesn't make too much of a difference. Windows is still really slow on this. One thing I want to try out on this before we start web surfing and gaming is if we can actually make a call with a SIM card inside here. Inside Windows 11, to get the APN settings working on this thing, you'd head to this menu, but I'm not really getting anything inside here, so we're just kind of screwed. So mobile data's not going to work, but please, can we at least make a phone call? The app outright crashes? Okay, that's it. Let's head to Microsoft Edge and pull up YouTube. And you know, as cool as it would be to hold the phone up, this thing supports video out, so why don't I just pull up an external monitor? Cool, here we go. This has got to be the stupidest thing I've ever done. But as ridiculous as this is, it's still better than Continuum on Windows 10 Mobile. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, can we just like display to the second screen only and reduce the resolution to like increase performance? Come on. And show only on 2. Please tell me that didn't just crash the phone. Okay, yep, cool. That just kills the phone entirely, so we're forced to run it at 1440p. Alright, unplug the dock, plug it back in, unplug the monitor, plug it back in. Don't you dare show me that the link's broken. Okay, let's just use the phone. You know, I'm really starting to regret not buying a Surface Duo for this project. Okay, so, new idea. If we can't change the resolution inside settings, can we force it inside regedit? Okay, hopefully this works and we can actually squeeze some good performance out of this thing. Everything that could go wrong with this project has gone wrong. The thing's boot looping now, so I gotta mount it to my main Windows thing, revert all the changes in regedit by mounting it in mass storage mode, and then reboot it and just suffer with the bad performance. Just load Edge. My mouse cursor is disappearing, the system's stuttering, I take it back, okay? Windows 10 Mobile is better, I'm sorry. Oh, finally it loaded something. Alright, quickly, before it overloads the system with Copilot slop, let's get into this website. 34 seconds. 34 seconds to load the YouTube homepage. We're not playing a video yet. I guess that'll take, like, what, 5 minutes? Alright, it took, like, I would say probably 7 seconds to load the video, which actually isn't too bad, so at least it's impressing me on this front. But the performance at 480p is, it's just awful. I mean, look at it. Alright, next up we're going to try to game on this thing, and we're not going to do anything intensive. It's going to be Half-Life Sierra, which is actually, I think it's a 32-bit application, so we'll be testing emulation out also. For how much complaining I'm doing, I gotta be honest, the download speed could be a lot worse. Alright, let's mount the ISO. Just pop up, please. Let's run the setup, and this isn't made for this architecture, so I have no idea what's gonna happen. Took 5 minutes, but we are getting somewhere. And the installer for this program is working just like it would on the native architecture, which is really cool to see considering I didn't have to do anything to set it up. It just works out of the box. Now this has been anything but smooth, but just seeing this functionality right here, it's really cool. It's making me want to get a Surface Duo just for better performance and give this another shot. And finally, with the game installed, let's see how well it runs. Alright, so the menu isn't completely unusable, so that's at least a good sign. But we have no options to change the resolution inside of the software page, so I guess we'll just stick with the default. Okay, it's been 5 minutes and nothing is happening, so I guess we could try reloading it in like direct 3D mode maybe? And this is DirectX. It's the same thing, but we got a magical purple square in the corner now. Wait a second, that magical purple square, those are missing textures. This is the actual game. What? Wait, so if we make the screen size larger, can we actually see what mess is going on inside of there? After tinkering with the program, we have missing textures everywhere, but hey, at least the game's playable, right? What I find really funny about this is that the program is running at like, what, like 78 pixels, right? And it's still not maintaining like a crisp 60 FPS, it's running at like 40. So that's about it for Windows 11 on the Microsoft Lumia 950. Now this is just perfectly terrible. It's not really good for running anything. I mean, you saw how Half-Life ran, you saw how Edge ran, you saw how Windows 11 ran. But as a proof of concept for Windows on ARM, I can't lie, it's still pretty cool despite all of the issues. Anyways, thanks for watching, and let me know down in the comments, do you want to see me try this again with, like, the leaked Windows Andromeda OS on this phone? Maybe install, like, Android on this thing? Or maybe I should just get a Surface Duo and try Windows 11 on that, because it's got a way more powerful processor. Alright, I'll see you later.